get to at the end of that game? I mean, what goes through your mind?
Well, you don't write speeches for that, right? We knew coming into this that they were going to be big, they were going to be physical, they were going to try to run the ball down our throats. And I thought we did everything we could with what we have to stop that. You tack on the size difference in the offensive line versus our defensive line versus the size of those running backs. I mean, we're outweighed by 100 pounds a man. And they're not fat. Those kids were big and they were strong. And we knew that coming in, that we had to, like you see the score of the Reading-Leominster game. That's the way this game had to be today. We had to win this game. If we were going to win, it had to be, 49-48, 42-41. We knew coming in that our offense had to score every time we had the ball. And I think when we punted in the second series? We were forced to punt today?
Second or third.
Because we only scored 7 points. So that's the second time we got the ball, we had to punt.
Time, you're right. Yep.
And, in the back of your mind, you're like, geez, I hope that doesn't hurt us. Then we had the field goal, which for me was a win.
For sure, yeah.
Kicking the field goal, even if they made it, was a win. And then that bizarre rule changed the call.
Well, it's a little I mean,
I don't.
It's tough to say when you give up 450 yards that something changed the game, but that one kind of did.
It kind of did. I mean that field goal would have, in my opinion, as the game turned out, would have been equal to a stop if we could keep on scoring.
If you could have got, that's it. Changing the game is contingent on you getting a 14-10 lead, but nonetheless, I mean, was it execution? I mean, it seemed like this was the first time that small front. You weren't able. They were the first team you've played that's been able to pick up the stunts.
A lot of holding going on, but I'm not a referee. But
they ran
Lendor
48 running plays without taking a penalty, so that's either really good execution or
something. There's just
on percentages. You'd think.
But I'm not going to complain about the referees. I mean, they were big, they were strong, they manhandled us up front, and even when our linebackers did fill, they were taking on some big backs. And we had 5 kids hurt in the first half?
Well, that's the thing. You miss Gio, and then you lose Jace. That hurts you chasing points. You lose Alex Silva. That hurts you tackling.
We lost Vinny. I mean, Ramey got dinged up, and it's like, you're going down the line. At some of the points, you're like, who do we got left? This isn't a surprise. Whether it was King Philip, whether it was Milford, CM, Chelmsford, you name the team, we knew we were going to be overmatched physically at some point. And how could we handle that? Would the things we were going to try to do work? And today they worked sometimes, but not enough to stop them.
Do you think it was, people will talk about your schedule, but do you think it was more the style of the schedule in the sense that the good teams that you played were spread teams like you? You didn't play a smash mouth team. Not that a team like this exists. I mean, this looks like Gloucester in the 2000s. Everything. I mean, I don't know where you can go find a team that's going to replicate.
Well, I'll tell you, I got a compliment on Coach Woods and Coach Dugan over at Fenwick.
Yeah.
They shut this team down for 3 quarters. We watched the film. We tried to do some of the things that they did. We didn't have the success that they had. So, it's kind of, did they play a different team? Or how did that work? Because we were unable to get 3 stops in a row today and force any type of a punt when the game was meaningful.
What can you say about Eli? I mean, he just kept finding run in the trees, and I thought played, a tremendous game.
I mean, for a kid that small, coming up and taking 44 on, taking on. I mean, come on. I mean, I could be called in for child abuse, putting him in them situations like that.
Yep.
But Eli's a tough kid.
Yep.
Eli will never accept the fact that his size is going to stop him, and that's why he's as good as he is.